Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amrutangamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, please lead us from unreality to the reality, ignorance to the knowledge, and from death to immortality. Om, peace, peace, peace. Dear devotees, if anyone has attended the last class, previous class of Patanjali Yoga Sutra, we can very well remember that we were discussing about the Abhyasa and Vairagya, that is, practice and detachment. We all keep hearing a statement from our childhood days that practice makes man perfect. Now, sorry, for example, an athlete. There are a number of people who might have practiced from their childhood or from their adolescent to become a good athlete. But very few of us, we reach the goal or we will be able to go to the national level, international levels, or whatever. Why? Then immediately we say, oh, it is because of his fate. He was very lucky person, he or she, so they could go. I am not very lucky, I may not be able to go. I couldn't go. This is a one thing which a fatalistic mindset. The second thing is, unfortunately, there are three important components of the practice which we don't say or which we have not been informed from our seniors or from our teachers. Patanjali, in his sutras, aphorisms, he beautifully mentions the three components of the practice which can make a man perfect. What are the three factors, components which we discussed in detail last time? One is Dirghakala. Dirghakala means for a long time or for a good amount of lengthy time. For example, I want to become successful. Till reaching the goal or a target, I should keep on practicing. It is not for a month. It is not for 6 months. It is not for 1 year. It may be 5 years. It may be 10 years. It may be lifelong. So it has to be practiced for a long time. It is all something to do with the meditation. We start meditation in few days. We try to think, oh, why am I not able to concentrate my mind? Just I'm doing for just I've started few days, few weeks before, and we think that why am I not able to? Because it is not that easy. It is a Heraclean task. It has to be done for long time. Okay, this is the first component. Second component, he said nairantarya, that is without break or interruption. I was interested. I started meditation for a week or two or three. Then afterwards, again, I gave a break because of laziness, because of busy, whatever it may be. Again, for given time for maybe a week or two, I didn't practice meditation. I left it. Then again, I start. Again, I leave. Again, I start. Again, I stop. So this cannot happen. Nairantarya means without break, it should continue. Basically, consistency should be there. So one is longevity, the other is consistency. And the third is, okay, I am practicing music for a long time and without a break, still I couldn't become a good musician. Why? There can be lacuna with the zeal. I may be doing all these things just mechanically, but not consciously, not with the enthusiasm, not with the zest, not with the zeal. So one has to do with enthusiasm, one has to do with the committed approach or seriously basically. So when these three components put together, it is called practice. So practice makes man perfect when it is a long time, when there is a consistency, and with the enthusiasm and with a positive mindset and enjoying my struggle, enjoying my efforts when I do, then I can reach my goal. I can reach my targets. Okay, so what to be done, they told. And the second part is what not to be done. That is called Vairagya. So Vairagya means it is not renunciation like joining the monastery or becoming a monk or getting away from the world. No. Here, and also it is not a suppression from the suppression of the desire. Rather, it is freedom from the desire, going beyond the desire, seeking the higher things. So we give away or we merge the lower things, which we discussed in the last class. So after discussing, I think one sutra was left out with the Vairagya. Just let me today discuss and we'll go to the Samadhi. Tatparam Purushakyatehe Gunavaitrishyam means how to attain the highest detachment. If you ask, the highest detachment can be practiced, can be achieved from the direct realization of the self. In this state, even the subtlest attraction, craving to the qualities of the nature is transcended. Many times people ask, Swamiji, I am not able to control the mind. This is all problem for every one of us. I say, yes, you try to practice to control the mind. How? You are, what you say, withdrawing the mind from the objects, from the ideas, from the persons, withdraw it. So this is what Vairagya here. So we have to withdraw the mind from the unnecessary things, withdraw the mind from the lower things, withdraw the mind from the things which makes us weaker, which brings down our personality. From such, we should withdraw. That is what called Vairagya. Okay, when I withdraw, at the same time, mind is like a creeper. So mind is like a creeper. It needs a support. You should also cultivate a good practice or good habits. So cultivating good habits and trying to avoid the wrong habits, bad thoughts, both should go hand in hand. Then the success becomes easy. Okay, I am trying to control my mind. I am trying to fix the mind in the good things, but how much ever I try, it keeps on going, it keeps on going. This also can be a problem. Then the scripture says yes, because that is the nature of the mind. When you in the water, the nature of the water is what? It goes down. If you allow, it flows down always. It doesn't flow up the water. So similarly, the nature of the mind is always to go down. Then what to do? Keep on practicing, controlling the mind and fixing the mind. Withdrawing the mind from the lower things and fixing the mind on higher things or on the profitable things or constructive things. We should keep on doing it. Then when keep on doing, what happens? It becomes an habit. Then slowly going towards the lower things, unnecessary things can be curtailed. Afterwards, still there can be craving in our mind. Well, I had a desire to eat burger and pizza and whatnot. Then the doctor said, you should not eat. It doesn't bring, for your health reason, you should not eat, doctor told me. Then I said, okay, I used to love pizza and burger. And then doctor has said not to eat. I'm trying to control. I'm trying to control. Now, for a good amount of struggle, after a few days, I have controlled by from eating pizza and burger. But inside my mind, there can be what you say the craving. If I leave little mind loose, or if I allow, the mind can go and jump. Means it can eat pizza and burger. So that even that complete craving or the desire, which is even in subconscious mind, if everything has to be removed, for that paravairagya is required, and that paravairagya, when it is there, when you understand who am I, when you realize who am I, then only all these things can be removed. Till then, we cannot happen. Till then, we have to be always alert. At any moment, or at any given point of time, we might fall from our spiritual life. That is what the Patanjali is saying here. And they give a very beautiful example in Bhagavata Mahapurana. That is the story of the Jadabharata. Jadabharata. Jadabharata was a mendicant. He was a very knowledgeable person, very wise person, and he was living in the forest. And used to get up early morning, maybe 3 a.m., and used to have a cold water bath and to sit for long hours of meditation. Then contemplation, maybe then studies and discussions on philosophy or whatever. So he led a contemplative life for a good amount of time. So he was known for his spiritual practice, meditation, and habits and all. One fine day, when he was meditating, suddenly there was a sound. Then when he opened his eyes, probably he saw that a deer is struggling to give the birth. Then the deer gave a birth, and unfortunately, because of the labor pain, the deer died. So, in front of that Rishi, in front of the Jadabharata in his previous life, in front of him, the deer died, giving birth to this child. Then he was moved actually. Out of compassion, out of love and compassion, he moved. Then he got this little deer and he kept inside in its hermit. Then he started feeding the tiger, the deer, slowly, slowly, slowly. Then okay, he fed the deer and finished. Then he's sitting for meditation. Then, knowingly or unknowingly, unfortunately, the thought started creeping in his mind. What has happened to deer? Is it okay? Does it need anything else? Then again, he opens his eyes and he sees the deer. Okay, deer is okay. Then, okay, closes his eye, 5 or 10 minutes of meditation. Again, he starts seeing the deer because the thought is coming. So, like this back and forth happening, his mind got fixed, unfortunately, on the deer. And he was go on thinking about the deer because the lion or the tiger might come and attack them, or the deer might run away, the deer might land into problem. All these thoughts, it made him to get attached to the deer, and he was go on thinking about the deer and taking care of the deer, and in that thought he died. As a result, again he was born as a deer in his next life. Then after finishing the deer, then again he took the human birth. In that human birth, he had this paravairagya. Paravairagya means he didn't have any attachment to anything, either to the world, to the objects, to the name, to the fame, power, position, particular thing, or particular person, nothing. And he had so much vairagya, so much detachment, even he never cared even wearing the clothes for him. Sometimes he used to be in the nude form. He never cared. Just he used to go here and there, roam, and used to sit and just meditate and enjoy that, because he didn't want to attach to anything and get into problem which happened in his earlier births. And finally, that was his last birth, and he experienced who is he or what is he, and that was his last birth. So this Jadabharata example is given in the scriptures. He was very exalted in his spiritual life. He was quite contemplative. He was quite meditative. But unfortunately, even though he was so progressed, but because of one thought which holded his mind, and because of the desires came in his mind, as a result, he had to go. All his spiritual practices went back, and he started go on thinking about deer, deer, deer. So that's how our mind can play. So we have to be very conscious and we have to be very careful. To say this, they say that extreme detachment is required for the realization of the self or realization of who am I. So again, detachment is not going away from the world, getting away from the family or from the worldly problems. No, it is only not getting attached to things. After discussing till here, so yoga chitta vritti nirodha actually. What is yoga? Yoga chitta vritti nirodha. The cessation of all the mental modifications is what yoga. That's what has been told in the second sutra. Till now, what is yoga? What is vritti? And what is nirodha? And how to attain it? That is abhyasa and vairagya. All these things till 16th sutra Raphanisms, the Patanjali explained. Now, interestingly, he starts discussing about what is samadhi. Two types of samadhi. That is sampragnata samadhi and asampragnata samadhi. There are two types, and among them there are so many subtypes also. So he starts discussing from the 17th sutra what is sampragnata samadhi and what is asampragnata samadhi. So just I will explain the sutra and I will go into details. Vitarka vichara ananda asmita rupanugamat sampragnata. So sampragnata, it is a type of samadhi. It is by name called sampragnata. And it has got four types. One is vitarka. Vitarka means absorption with physical awareness, or probably concentrating on the physical objects. Then vichara is concentrating on the subtle objects. Ananda then is observing within his own bliss, the bliss which is in the reflective consciousness, we can say. Then asmita is the meditating on, concentrating on the I-ness actually. And the rupa anugamat, accompanied by, which is a type of samadhi. Now, if you see in the Ashtanga Yoga, yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara. Till then, okay. Dharana, dhyana, samadhi. So, what is dharana? Dharana means fixing the mind, trying to fix the mind on an object. Now, I am sitting for meditation and I am trying to fix my mind on an object. Say, for an example, I have taken the object of meditation, Wicklow Mountains here. I love Wicklow Mountains, so I have taken the Wicklow Mountains as an object of meditation. Okay, I am sitting in a comfortable position and I am trying to visualize, I am trying to imagine the Wicklow Mountain. Maybe a minute, half a minute, or 2 minutes, I was able to imagine, I was able to concentrate on a Wicklow Mountain. Again, mind ran away somewhere. It started thinking something else. It might happen 1 minute, 2 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Then immediately we'll come to conscience. Oh, my dear, I was supposed to meditate. I'm meditating and I was supposed to fix my mind on the Wicklow Mountain. Okay. Then you bring back your mind from the some other object, and again you try to fix your mind on the Wicklow Mountain. After some time, again it runs here, it does the world tour. Again you bring it back and try to fix on the Wicklow Mountain. So when you are gone trying to fix on an desired object and a single object, that is called dharana. Okay. Now after continuous trying and other practices and all, I am able to fix my mind on a particular object. Here it is Wicklow Mountain. So I am trying to meditate on the Wicklow Mountain, and now there are no other thoughts in my mind. There is only one thought, that is Wicklow Mountain. I am conscious. I am meditating on the Wicklow Mountain, and I am doing the process or action called meditation, and I am meditating on the Wicklow Mountain. So the meditator, the act of meditation, and the object of meditation. I am aware of all these three things, and there is only one vritti, mental modification, which we call, that is Wicklow Mountain, Wicklow Mountain, Wicklow Mountain. When such type of concentration is achieved, attained, that is called dhyana. And when this dhyana gets intensified, it becomes samadhi. So slowly, the meditator, the meditation, and the object of meditation, slowly it gets diffused, it gets blurred. All these things will be in samadhi. Now we will try to go into details now. So in the samadhi, I already told there are sampragnata samadhi and asampragnata samadhi. And sampragnata samadhi is called savitarka samadhi, and asampragnata is also called nirvikalpa samadhi. Okay. Now, why this samadhi has been brought for discussion from the Patanjali? Because the Sankhya philosophy and the yoga philosophy's goal or aim is what? To understand who am I, or to separate myself from the prakriti, from the nature, from the world, from the object. I, the subject, has to be separated from the object. So I, the Purusha, the self, has to be separated from the object means what? Not physically, it is cognitively, intellectually. That is what called mukti or kaivalya, liberation. To do that, what happens? Tada drashtuho swarupya avasthanam. When the seer fixes his mind on a particular object, and slowly when he gets concentrated and when he starts understanding, I am that self and not this mind, not the thought, not the object, not the person, not my own body and mind. When I understand and when I experience it, that is what mukti according to the Patanjali Yoga Sutra. So to attain that, we have got dharana, dhyana, samadhi, and etc. So the samprajna samadhi. Now, the first in the samprajna samadhi, when it comes to dharana, dhyana, and when you are coming to samadhi, by that time what happens? Our tamasika vrittis and rajasika vrittis has been subdued or controlled. What does it mean? Tamasa vritti or tamasa means every one of us, we have got this nature. Sometimes I feel I will be very lazy, lethargical. I don't want to do anything. Just I want to be just eat and sleep, or just waste my time, kill my time. So such type of docile nature, lethargical nature is what called tamasa. So if I am thinking in that way, or my mind is in that state, then it is called tamasa vritti. I'm active, hyperactive. I want to do this, I want to do that. Mind is highly restless, and I am trying to do this and that. Then that means my mind is in the form of, at the state of rajasa Rajasa Vritti. I want to be calm, quiet, serene. I want to meditate. I want to do simple living and high thinking. Such type of thoughts, if it is coming more and more in my mind, that means my mind is in the form of, or the state of Sattvika Vritti. So by the time when you come to Samadhi state, your Tamasa Vrittis and Rajasa Vrittis has been subdued, controlled, nullified, or reduced to larger extent. So only Sattvika Vrittis are there. So when that Satvika Vrittis has been increased, means positive habits like compassion, love, simple living, high thinking, always interested in the suprasensual things, self or the God or the consciousness. So when my mind is in that nature, that means I am in Sattvika state of mind. Then you take one object and you start go on meditating on it. You are trying to fix your mind, you are trying to concentrate your mind on one particular object. So like Wicklow Mountain. So I am thinking that okay, I am trying to meditate on the Wicklow Mountain. Wicklow Mountain is an object of meditation, and I am doing the meditation, the action or the process, and I am trying to meditate on Wicklow Mountain. These three things are very clear, and but only thing, then slowly, when the meditation gets intensified, then I will be able to really visualize and imagine the Wicklow Mountain perfectly, and no other thought will come. No other thought will come, only that thought. Say for an example, 144 seconds, if my mind can meditate on one object, that means it is almost I have attained the ekagra state. 144 seconds. Now you say, Swamiji, do you mean 144 seconds I can't meditate on one object? It is no. We have not made an experiment. If you make ourselves experiment, you can put even a stop clock, watch clock or whatever, and if you try to meditate, you'll be able to understand even 100 seconds. That is, like 90 seconds is 1.5 minutes. 144 is roughly more than 2 minutes. If you can meditate on one object and no other thought has come, just 2 minutes or 2.25 minutes, that means you have attained the state of ekagra. 144 into 12, say roughly I can say 4 to 5 minutes. If our mind can concentrate on a particular object for 4 to 5 minutes without thinking anything else, then I have attained the Savitarka Samadhi or the Sampragnata Samadhi. Now, while seeing a movie or while watching cricket or rugby, our mind gets easily concentrated. So that cannot be considered as Samadhi, and also we have to be very careful here. So you are consciously trying to fix your mind on an object, then only a single thought is coming, no other thought is coming for 4 to 5 minutes. If so, then you have attained the Sampragnata Samadhi. So in the Savitarka Samadhi, then what happens? The aspirant is go on trying to fix his mind on the particular object, is using his power of imagination, his power of thinking or analysis or whatever. Then when gets intensified and just Wicklow Mountain Vritti alone is coming and the object becomes very clear. When I'm trying to meditate initially, it was looking hazy, it was looking little blur, or it used to come and go, not complete and all. But when I get into deeply and when I get achieved in the Savitarka Samadhi, the Wicklow Mountain, whatever I have seen and whatever I knew, that will become very clear and no other vritti, no other thought will come. So such state when I attain, that means I have attained the Savitarka Samadhi. So basically here, the object becomes reality. I started with an imagination. I started with an analysis. I started with the process. I started with the thinking. Now all of them stop and the object becomes real. For an example, I'm imagining a person. Oh, I had met a friend yesterday. How good he is. I met maybe ex John, for an example. I met a John yesterday. How good he is. Okay, how his body features and how he's talking, how his body movements, style of talking, all these things I'm trying to imagine, say for example. And suddenly there was a knock at the outside of my door. Then I opened the door. Then I see John is here. So till now I was imagining about the John. Now I'm seeing the John in front of me. So in the Savitarka Samadhi, when the concentration gets intensified, And though it started with imagination, it started with thinking or analysis, when it becomes crystal clear, when it becomes very clear, that is called or directly encountering it, directly perceiving it, that is what Savitarka Samadhi. So in the Savitarka Samadhi, according to Patanjali, you can take any grass elements like water, ocean, mountain, flower, sky, space, or even the idols, maybe like symbols like cross, crescent moon, or Omkara, or even the like pot, lamp, anything you can take. You can take any object and you can try to fix your mind, concentrate your mind. But the only Patanjali says, don't try to change the objects often. Try to take any one object and keep on try to fix your mind on that. Then if it has to be intensified. Then what happens? Then slowly the imagination ends and it becomes clear. Means I'll be able to completely feel the presence of that object. That's what we mean here. And now this is what Savitarka. And when the Savitarka, where the object and the thinking, and I am thinking, I am meditating, and I'm meditating on that, everything goes, and just object shines, that goes into Nirvitarka Samadhi. That's another subclass of the Savitarka. Okay, now this first step is attained. How this Patanjali has given a step by step process so beautifully. Now we have attained where I'm able to concentrate my mind, fix my mind on an object, and I'm able to visualize, and I'm able to feel the presence, I'm able to experience the object. Okay, so that means we have attained the Savitarka Samadhi. Then the next step, the higher step of the higher type of meditation is what? Savichara Samadhi. Savichara Samadhi here is, so here there is no any concrete object with form, with name. It is only a concept or maybe subtle objects. Subtle objects like sound, or maybe space principle, the earth principle, water principle, fire principle. So these cosmic objects or cosmic concepts or the subtle objects, atomics, even atomic objects you can think. We can, if you can start concentrating on it, and if you can experience it, if you can visualize it, and if you can experience it, that type of samadhi is called reflective consciousness or the Savichara Samadhi. Then after that, again, the next step, the highest step of meditation, the third highest step is what? Sananda Sampragnata Samadhi. Sananda means what? Here, no object, any external object. Rather, he is trying to meditate and experience the happiness which can be experienced in our mind. When I wanted something, for an example, mobile phone, I got a mobile phone. I was so happy. I can feel that happiness. But my happiness was depending on the mobile phone. Suddenly, if I lose my mobile, the happiness will go away. But here, Sananda Samadhi is just because my real nature is what Ananda, that is happiness, blissful form. My real nature is what? Bliss. So the bliss is getting reflected in my mind. So trying to meditate on that blissful nature of my blissful nature, and based on that reflective consciousness, that is called Sananda Samadhi. So the person who attains that Sananda Samadhi, he achieves ecstasy. Ecstasy means he will be enjoying, he will be experiencing that unalloyed bliss to larger extent, to certain extent. So here he's trying to concentrate on the bliss. The bliss is not on derived from any object, derived from any person, rather it is on his own nature. Because my nature is blissful, so I am trying to meditate on the bliss. Then the fourth one is what? Sasmita Samadhi. Sasmita means like trying to meditate on I. Oh, who are you? Oh, I am Swami Shantivratananda. So when I say I am Swami Shantivratananda, the my I-ness is pertaining to this body, which is known as by name Swami Shantivratananda, Swami. So when we are saying, when we are asked to try to meditate on I, so should I meditate on this body and mind? No, not on this body, not on this mind, not on the thoughts, but just on the pure awareness. Like I am aware of the table, I am aware of the curtains, I am aware of the people here and there, I am aware of the object, I am aware of the cold, I am aware of the heat, I am aware of the pain, I am aware of the happiness. So I am aware of so many things. So here it is not spoken of any awareness of, but rather awareness in itself. So in the Sasmin Samadhi, I am trying to fix my mind, concentrate my mind, just to meditate on the finest thing, that is awareness. I am aware of the object, but I am that awareness. I am not that object, but I am that awareness. I am aware of this body, but I am not the body. So I am trying to be a conscious. I am trying to be aware of my awareness. So that is what, like, it is. It is a something to do, like mindfulness, we can say. That is called sasmita samadhi. So the mind is completely concentrated and trying to visualize and experience the I-ness, means just awareness or just consciousness. So we here, so you will be free from body, free from body, mind, and free from any object as a support for the meditation. Rather, he'll be trying to meditate on his own nature. In the Vedantic meditation, also we try to do all these things. Which basically, I am trying to fix my mind on my real nature. That is what that I. But here, the I is what is taken in the blissful form. So this is what the Sampragnata Samadhi. So, but here in the Sampragnata Samadhi, in everywhere there is the object of meditation, the process called meditation, and the person who is meditating. So that three components is been clear and has been aware. And we are taking one object, alambana, we say in Sanskrit, object as a meditation. For example, either I may take a physical object, or I may take a subtle object, or I may take ego or the I-ness, or I may take the reflective consciousness, that is the bliss, which is reflected in my mind as an object for meditation. This is what also only step by step when we are going up from the from the gross, we are going to subtler, subtlest. This is what some prajna samadhi. When there is no an object for meditation, and completely all the thoughts, here there is a single thought in all these samadhis, there's a single thought on a particular object. It can be gross, it can be subtle, it can be subtler, subtlest, whatever it may be. At least there's a one object for the meditation. When there is no object for meditation, and when there is no thoughts at all, when the mind is completely still, when the mind is completely arrested, when the mind is completely made blank, means no thought, that is called asampragnata samadhi. So from sampragnata samadhi, after following this step by step, 1, 2, 3, 4, like vitarka, Ananda, Sasmita, Vichara, Vitarka Vichara, Ananda Sasmita, then one can go to Asampragnata Samadhi. Means even that one thought, just a single thought, that also will be suppressed. It is like a blank, mind blank, or trying to blank the mind completely. So when we do, what happens? When my mind has been made still and no thought, that means mind becomes inactive. At that state, what happens? The Purusha Prakriti Bheda Jnana happens. I am the Purusha, I am the self, this body, mind, and this whole world, everything is what made up of Prakriti or the nature. So I am separate from the Prakriti. I am separate from the Prakriti. This understanding will become clear, and it is not only mere understanding, it is not only mere conviction, it becomes the part of experience that I am separate from this body and mind. I am separate from this world. I am separate from the thinker. Even I am the thinker, and this has all been thought over or thinked or whatever. So that experience to attain Swarupe Drushti Avasthanam, whichever I was telling like earlier, to achieve that, the step-by-step process has been given, different meditation techniques has been given from the Patanjali. Either it may be some Pragnat Samadhi or a Sampragnat Samadhi. When we go deeply, there are still a few other things has been told. But basically, you start with concentration, take a physical object, gross object as a meditation, then slowly go to the subtle object, then subtler, subtlest, then afterwards, no thought, no object for meditation, just completely stop the mind, completely stop the mind working. Then what happens? I will be alone. I alone will be there, nothing else. So to achieve that, to attain that, this samadhi or the meditation techniques has been given by Patanjali. So let us try to meditate as much as possible in our days. To start with a maybe sampragna samadhi, with a savitarka or savichara, then slowly we can go to asampragnata samadhi. So in the next classes, we will try to discuss few other varieties. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Rama Krishnarpanamastu.